Hey, what's up guys? Jake Adams here. Just want to let you know that I'm wrapping up a couple things, making sure everything's good for this live stream, and I'm going to be on camera in just a couple minutes, so or less than that. So enjoy the reef tank, and I'll be right there. I'll be right there, you guys. Hey, what's up everybody? Thanks for tuning in. I already have a lot of you guys here, and I'm just really thrilled with the way the channel's going lately. I've been putting a lot of effort into it, and it's been a lot of fun making a ton of videos for everyone. So one thing that's interesting is that Reef Builders is actually one of the oldest aquarium channels on YouTube. Sorry, I'm setting up my gimbal right now. Why is the gimbal not working? There we go. There we go. Okay, thanks everybody for tuning in. It's been really fun putting out a ton of videos for the channel lately. So Reef Builders is actually one of the oldest aquarium channels on YouTube. Been doing this for 10 years, but I've been using YouTube as just like this regular outlet, someplace to post videos, and it's been really fun and rewarding to challenge myself this year to train myself to do better videos, to take better quality footage, to try a lot of different camera techniques, and just to really push the envelope as much as I know how. So I think if you'll look at the videos from even like 6 months ago when I started doing this in earnest, there's been a lot of progress. So yeah, so I've been testing out the waters with everything, making all kinds of different videos, and just throwing it against the wall and seeing what sticks, and seeing what you guys love. Because my main goal in this renewed channel is I want to make videos that, one, that I really enjoy myself to watch, and two, to make videos that will be fun and exciting to watch a year from now, 5 years from now. Because a lot of my older videos, they were, you know, a little bit lo-fi. So we're gonna talk about a handful of different things today. I'm gonna try not to ramble, but I think I can cover a lot of really cool topics of things that are coming up, of my reef tank that's right here that you saw at the beginning, my freshwater tanks that are over here. So I'm actually gonna pull out a timer, a 5-minute timer for each of these topics that I want to talk about, so I make sure not to ramble on. So let me see if I can dynamically switch you over to my reef tank without messing up the program too much. Okay, there we go. All right, come on out. Okay, very fun. All right, so this is my reef tank, my 60-gallon cube reef tank. A lot of you guys have been asking to see it. It's a little bit blue right now, but I am going to change the light levels to reduce the blue so you can get a little bit more of a look at it. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to check my messages. But I have a Radeon XR30 Pro Gen 4 on there. And yeah, what's up, 5280 Reefer? Yeah, I'm Colorado born and bred. I've been living in, oh, here we go. Here's a little bit of Inception. But what did I want to show you? Okay, here we go. EcoSmart Live. Go to my live demo. So I'm going to make it kind of bright. And I'm going to drop the whites a little bit. That's the warm whites. That's the whites. And I think we'll have a little bit better color for you guys on the phone. Yeah, there we go. All right, so here's a 60 cube. What's interesting is this tank is not that old, but I have some really old legacy corals. So I'm definitely going, what's up, Sean? I'm definitely going to be doing some like more formal videos, but I just wanted to, you know, there's been a lot of requests for my tank. And so I just want to show you my 60 cube, and let's do a tour of the equipment first, because we can just kind of go round and round, and that'll make it kind of easy. So starting off, Radeon XR30 Gen 4 Pro. So you can see it's got those, what do they call it? HEV lenses, so the concave lenses. Got a really good spread on that. Let me go check Roscoe's Reef. I don't think it's down. No, it's working for me. It's working for me. Sorry about the interruption. Okay, yeah, so Radeon G4 Pro here. And I've got it turned real white so that it looks good on camera. So over here is my Milwaukee Instruments. I have a dedicated monitor that tells me some of the most critical parameters for a reef tank. Easy Reefer, I did not get that email. I will double check when this is over. Thanks for asking. Let's see what we have. Temperature, very important metric, 79. My heater failed the other day, but that's okay. It's kind of warm, so it's writing 79. And 380 on the ORP is really good. My pH is a little bit low because my alkalinity doser actually dropped, stopped dosing for a little bit. So my pH is a little bit low, I know that. But so one of the reasons I have this, what's up, Tank Ninjas? One of the things I have this on the right is because this is the door. And so right when I walk out, I always take a peek at my critical parameters before I leave the house and as soon as I come into the house. Okay, so again, this is a 60 cube. It's a solid 24-inch cube. It's got a external overflow box that I'll try to show you there in a little bit. I love my Firefish, man. You know, I've been playing with fire with not having a lid on this tank, but when I leave for a while, I do put a screen on top of it. So I love Firefish, man. These are my homies. These guys just look so freaking good. You know, this was just a really good batch of Firefish at one of my local fish stores, and I had to get them. I love a group. When you see them in the wild, it's like 3 or 4. It's not a giant school like you might think. Thanks, Reefkeeper2, for that comment on the Australian vids. Here we go. So I have a really simple sump. Let me take this crap off right here. What do I have in here? So this is, what do they call themselves? Liquid engineers or aquatic engineers. So we got the down drain here in the middle with a mechanical filter, an optional kind of fuge / refugium area / just a bubble dipping zone. And there's nothing else in here. There's a Vertex Omega 150 that, what's up, Roscoe? Vertex Omega 150 that's been cranking for me for years. And you'll see I have the airline actually running out, going somewhere else, which I'll show you in a while. And then I have a controllable waveline pump. Super simple sump, nothing crazy about it. God, has it been 10 minutes already? All right, this is gonna take a while. Okay, so I decided to put my control center on the left on the tank, really visible and accessible because, let me catch my breath. Yeah, so very visible and accessible. So I have all my power supplies here behind this cage. Got the controller for the return pump, controller for the 2 Vortec MP10s, And one of my favorite new things of all time is an airflow meter, which I just found out was discontinued 4 years ago. But I'm gonna try to find some for you guys. So that tells me the flow rate of my air on my protein skimmer. And I did a video about that, so definitely go check it out. I'll try to put the link in the description. And here's a very interesting doser from Arca. It has a built-in magnetic stirrers. So a lot of companies are making really hyper concentrated formulas of everything these days. So I actually dilute mine with fresh water and then magnetic stirrers come on. I can probably already show you that. Okay. Come on. Come on. What am I doing here? There we go. So it ramps up really hard, and it slows down, catches the magnets, and then it starts spinning. So this is how I keep a homogeneous mixture. Got the calcium, alkalinity, magnesium, and here is a very a dilute concentration of trace elements. I'm gonna talk to Julie and see if I can put the AquaPower in there also. But yeah, this is a pretty legit doser. It's really nice. I had one of these motors sticking the other day, and it was so nice not to have to reach under a stand or deep in some dark, dank place. Just took these screws off, kind of pushed the motor, made it work, and then it started working. And recently, Arca put out these really great dosers with dosing containers that fit right on top of the doser, and they have these Johnny Gas fittings here for easy maintenance. Power heads, well, if you can call a Vortec a power head, but that's it. That's a Vortec MP10 on one side, pointed to the side, and over here I got the Vortec MP10 pointed to the front. So I am not going to really talk about my Reef that in depth because there's some other things I want you guys to talk about. But maybe I can post up the video where I'm on camera and the tank's on camera too. How's that sound? I think that sounds pretty good. All right, give me a second to work that out. I think that looks pretty good. Let's see what I can do here. I'll be right there, you guys. I'm just setting this up to do as good of a live stream as possible. There we go. That looks pretty good. Very cool. Hey, that looks pretty good. Not bad for a first try. Okay, so I made a little list of things I was supposed to talk to you about. And it's after hours and after work, so I want to wish everybody a cheers because it's hot in my house and this is the only cold thing I have to drink. Okay, so this week I am going to be visiting Jason Fox. I've been trying to go to Jason Fox's place for a long time, and I finally sorted it out. And yeah, so tomorrow I'm flying to DC, driving to Baltimore, kick it with Fox for a day. Then the next day I'm going to Sanjay's house, Sanjay Joshi. He is one of the biggest gentlemen, the classiest dudes in the reef aquarium hobby. I haven't seen his tank, his reef tank, for like 8 years. And so back then, the last time I saw it, this is how long ago it was. Last time I saw Sanjay's tank, he was running, I want to say, 400 watt metal halide on his 500 gallon reef tank. So only 1600 watts. It's a really big, deep tank. And he has since switched over to all Radion LEDs. And that man can grow corals like nobody's business. Jason Fox is a real deal. Him and I are, you know, coral hunting brothers as far as like going to the wild and finding the corals. So yeah, look for some videos of Jason Fox's place. I have no idea what Jason Fox's place looks like. I don't have any pictures in my head. I've just heard from Victor and some others. They've described it to me over the years. And yeah, it's just, I know it's legit, but I have no expectations in mind. So I decided to go to Jason Fox's. Sanjay. I know exactly what his tank used to look like, so I know the room, I know the dimensions and the filtration and the general layout, but I haven't seen it, I think, in like 7 or 8 years. One of my oldest videos is probably like 7 or 8 years old. Is a video on this channel of his spawning joculators. So if you're interested in seeing that video, check it out. What else? So the reason for this road trip is I'm going to Reef-a-Palooza, New York. So yeah, I'm really excited, man. American reef scene is so fortunate to have so many of these shows where so many of us get together and just talk shop, talk reef. Hope everybody can hear me. My tank looks pretty good. Yeah, I think it looks all right. What's up, buddies? Oh my God, those firefish are so nice. So yeah, Reef-a-Palooza, New York. There's a handful of really professionally run shows in the United States on an annual basis. And Reef-a-Palooza is one of 3 different shows. We also got MacNab, we got Reef Stock, and there's definitely some other shows that are not coming to mind, but those are the ones that I'm like, tight with. So Reef-a-Palooza, New York does a really good job. As you can see, I have room in this tank for more frags. I've been clearing up this frag rack, finding good spots for these corals to go. And I'm excited to go look for some of the hottest corals at Reef-a-Palooza, New York again. So, you guys have seen my coral poster. I'm going to point at it real quick so you can remember what it is I'm talking about. That one right there on the wall, the coral poster. See that one right there? It's beautiful, isn't it? Okay, that poster was always meant to be free, and it's kind of a pain in the butt to ship them all separately and individually. Let me see, tweak this again. No, come on. Nobody wants to see my face centered. Mostly want to see the tank, right, guys? Okay, so my point is, I'm going to be at the Polyp Lab booth on and off throughout the show, but you'll be able to go to the Polyp Lab booth and pick up those posters for free. So, like I said, it takes a lot of effort and energy to pack them up individually, ship them. It's not like mail on a postcard. So it's not practical to send these or sell these. So we're really only going to make these available through like big distribution points, through fish stores, wholesalers, and special events. So, long story short, go to the Polyp Lab booth at Reef-a-Palooza, New York, and pick up your free, fun, cartoon beginner corals poster. Also, I am going to plan to be at the Polyp Lab booth at about 2 p.m. on Saturday during Reef-a-Palooza. There's the first booth I could think of, since we're already giving away the posters, to have a small meetup at. We've got a really awesome, burgeoning saltwater YouTube community developing, and there's a lot of people putting together great channels, and come back around to those guys. Yeah, so meet up at Polyp Lab, free posters at Polyp Lab. There's a ton of other companies there that are going to be killing it, except for me, because I'm just going to be walking around. What else I want to talk to you about? I probably put together the best combination of videos and photo and imagery for Scott Anderson's reef tank, and the worst possible narration and discussion of his reef tank. It was not my intention to slight Scott in any way. I think my editing and my nature made me come off as overly critical, but I love Scott, love his reef tank, and yeah, I'm going to do my best to learn how to operate the camera, how to do the narration, how to do the production, and make this channel as awesome as possible. I'm going to take a lot of that constructive criticism, and like I said, I just want to make videos that are fun for everybody. I don't want to be exclusive. I want to be inclusive. I want more youngins. I want more ladies. This hobby is only going to benefit from diversity. So, this is a good time to ask you to tell me right now in chat the type of videos that you want to see. I know you guys are loving the Nano Reef tank. I love visiting people's tanks and great display tanks, so I'm always going to do that. But maybe some more specific stuff. There's a lot of great products coming out very soon, especially the rest of this year. And I've been really focused on training myself with the camera and the gear and the editing and all the different techniques to make the best videos possible. So I have a lot of catching up to do. I just put together that video on the Max Spec recurve LED. That's going to be a very exciting light. But we got all kinds of crazy stuff out in the wild waiting to be found. Focustronic, movable LED. We got these automatic alkalinity monitors. Got a Toonsy Stream 3 over there, and a whole bunch of stuff. So I think that now is a good time to take a look at the chat because I can't see it the way I have it positioned right now. So if you want to blow me up in chat, now would be a good time while I check out what you guys are saying. Videos featuring new methods. Oh, did it cut out? What's happening over here? All right, my video cut out. Okay, I think it's back. All right, what do you guys want to see? Wholesale importers would be a good one. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be planning to do some of that here in the near future. Yeah, wholesale importers, you know, they usually have very terrible lighting, and so that's going to be one of the challenges of visiting a wholesaler. But I'm going to do my best. You know, I'm going to visit as much as I can possibly can. The fish news segments. I love those two. I love those two Gord Oland. I love those two, but they're also like really time sensitive, and so that's the kind of videos that aren't going to be that fun to watch in the future. Oh, that lighting is terrible. Let me fix this up a little bit. Hope you guys are enjoying the live feed because I'm doing my best.
Live feed
Whoa.
because I'm doing my best.
No, quiet. That was silly. All right, I'm gonna set up over here because I got a few more things to chat about. So if you're just joining me, we got a little tank tour going on. I'm talking about what's happening in the coming week and just talking about the channel and reefing overall. I'm gonna come back around to the reef tank because I have a little bit of maintenance to do, and I just got a couple of neat tricks that I think you guys will enjoy. So fish room tours. Yeah, you know, the thing about this channel is I love freshwater, saltwater, everything aquatic. Let me prove it to you real quick because you haven't seen this side of my house yet. So here's my freshwater tanks, and those will be featured some other time, but I basically got a triple stack of 40 breeders. I got plants, I got gouramis, rainbow fish, a lot of exotic plants, and some African cichlids down there on the bottom. So yeah, I don't consider myself a hardcore reefer as much as a hardcore aquarist. So you were talking about fish rooms. I love fish rooms. But I don't want people, I really want this to be a diversity channel and talk about everything aquatic as much as possible. So fish room tours, the reason that's a little bit of a challenge is because those are mostly freshwater. But I will do my best. You know, when there's a really impeccable fish room and it's going to be so nice that our reef saltwater brothers aren't going to hate it, then yeah, we'll feature it. What else do we have? So yeah, I like what somebody said just now, corallus reef solutions. Water flow for fish exercise is kind of important. I've always had really high flow in my fish tanks. So before I get completely sidetracked, I had my little list of everything I wanted to talk to you about. Just want to remind everybody that although I've only begun to really YouTube in earnest since about the end of last year, this channel has been here for like 10 years. I have 400 videos on the channel. When I saw that the other day, I was just looking at videos or something and I saw there was 398. 400 channels, so 400 videos. So there's a lot of old content to see over there. I mentioned the Polyp Lab meetup. The Polyp Lab meetup for the coral poster at Reef-a-Palooza this weekend. But I want to throw one thing out there to you, and I'm not super sure about this. I am a huge Pokemon Go player. Please hit me up if you are, if you play Pokemon Go. I feel like collecting the virtual creatures in the wild is not that different from collecting corals that we put in our aquariums. So it's like the closest analogy to playing, you know, coral collector as there is. So I'm such a huge fan. I'm on Team Valor, level 37. And I'm going to go to the Pokemon Go Fest in Chicago in about a month. I think it's July 22nd. So if some of you are interested in having some kind of meetup in Chicago in about a month, let me know in the chat, let me know in the comments. I don't care what team you're on, as long as you enjoy the game and you don't take it too seriously. Yeah, because I need something to get me outside, because otherwise I just always want to play with my aquariums. So let me know if you guys are interested in a possible meetup in Chicago around the Pokemon Go Fest in about a month. What else did I want to talk to you about? Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention is that Manhattan Aquariums is having some kind of a shindig at their store location in Manhattan Saturday night, and it's a Reef-a-Palooza associated event. Doesn't cost anything. I don't think there's going to be any tickets or anything, but you just have to get there on your own. So I don't know if there's a formal place, but I was told that I could invite reefers to this particular event because it's a fish store. It's gonna be a good time. There's gonna be a lot of VIPs there, all the different speakers, a lot of the best companies are definitely gonna check out Joe's new store, and I think it's the only real reef shop in Manhattan, to the latest of my knowledge. Yeah. So, where's my beer? Where's my beer? Okay, so yeah, that really brings you up to speed. I know a lot of YouTubers are really trying to sell themselves as personalities, and you'll notice that I do this as little as possible. I just do enough for an introduction for you guys so you know where the video's at, whose house we're at, what we're going to see, and then the rest of the time I'm narrating. But I thought it was really interesting, and I really want to tie in the whole Reef Aquarium community, especially the YouTube Reef Aquarium community. I don't want to be the biggest channel for Reef Aquariums or aquariums on YouTube. I want us all to thrive, and I'm going to do all my shout outs at the end of this video. I still don't have a drink. So as a short recap, for those of you that are just tuning in, I'm going to be visiting Jason Fox's place starting tomorrow. I'm going to be visiting Sanjay Joshi on Thursday. And then this weekend I'm going to Reef-a-Palooza New York, and there's a shindig at Manhattan Aquariums. So I am going to be living behind my camera to get you like the greatest footage I possibly can. I don't think I'm going to do 4 videos about Reef-a-Palooza New York like I did at Orlando, but I'm thinking about splitting it up into products and then livestock, so that you can kind of pick and choose what you want to watch. So yeah, that brings you up to speed. Oh yeah, I wanted to tell you, I have so many giveaways. Planned for the channel. I'm very proud that we have 400 videos on the channel right now, but I think I'm gonna wait until we have 20,000 subscribers as a celebration, and then we're just going to start rolling out the free product giveaways. So one that has been on my review desk for quite some time is a Toomsy Stream 3. The only hold up is that I have to do a really nice review about it. I'm going to use it very lightly, and I'm going to pack it, polish it up, pack it up, and give it away to one of you guys. And I think we're going to do that with a lot of the different product reviews, because I have the products that I kind of need, and I love most of the products that I need. So yeah, what else I want to talk about? Polyp Lab meetup for posters. You'll be able to grab a poster at Polyp Lab booth at Reef-a-Palooza anytime until they're gone. I think we only have 1,000, and Reef-a-Palooza New York expects at least 3,000 people over the weekend. So if you want a poster, don't wait. But the meetup is going to be at 2 p.m. On Saturday, and this medium, this video format is cool. It's interesting. It can transport you guys to see what I see, but there is no substitute for us getting together in real life. So a really important part of this channel is going to be meeting you guys in person, because the only way to find all the best reef tanks is to meet as many reefers as possible. And so yeah, I encourage you to whip out your cell phone, show me what you got, and if I have time, I don't think this weekend's gonna work, but if I have time on some other trips, definitely whip out your cell phone, show me what your tank looks like, and let's chat about it. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I don't even know like how many people are on chat right now. Let's see. Shout out to the reefers all over the world. I had a really great time in Australia. I'm looking forward to making the rounds in a lot of other countries, something which I've done before. There's a lot of those videos already on this channel, but not in this new like interactive YouTube community. So I wonder how long this video is. Can anybody tell me how long this video's been on? Because I can't really tell. Enough about me. Let's go back to the reef tank. I need to do a tiny bit of maintenance, and it's not that boring because I'm going to teach you a couple of my tricks that you might already have. So enough of my face. All right, I'm going to park you guys on the reef tank again. Boop, 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 boop. Boop. There we go. All right, give me 1 second to set some other things up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so if you're just tuning in, this is my reef tank. I've been chatting a little bit for a while about the channel, some of the things I'm going to be doing this week, and I would get back home on Sunday. That means Monday, the first thing on my mind is pumping out videos that I haven't pumped out yet. So I expect that I'll be putting out some videos during Reef-a-Palooza, but next week, Sanjay Joshi, Jason Fox's place is going to be lit. It's going to be crazy. I don't even know how I'm going to be limiting my focus. So yeah, like the rest of this summer, it's just me basically living behind that screen and going through a bunch of videos that I've already shot. So earlier this year I went to Palau. I've only had time to upload like 2 or 3 videos. Then I went to Australia and Papua New Guinea, and I think Australia I'm almost done. I have 2 highlight videos I'm going to put up, and those things are going to be mind-blowing. How do I know? Because I saw the corals in real life, and I saw the footage, and it was insane. It was so good. And then Papua New Guinea, I haven't put out any videos from Papua New Guinea, so I have all of those to put up. So you can look forward to just like, I'm going to try to do catch-up. Like, I don't know what the timeline's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be weekly or whatever. But I'm going to try to play catch-up and crank out a bunch of fun videos, especially while I still have the stories in mind. So people ask me, how do I have a reef tank and travel? And I'm not going to dive completely into how I do this, but if you watch the beginning of the video, you can kind of see how the reef tank is laid out. But this, I'm going to talk to you about 3 of the tricks that I use for leaving my reef tank, because I have to get packing very soon so I can do all this cool stuff that I told you about. So this is my Red Sea Carbon. This is actually a 50-50 blend with GFO. I can't be bothered to recharge carbon and GFO at the same time, or separately. That's just way too much work. And you probably can't see that. I'm just gonna try. No, way too dark. So yeah, and here's my mix, 50-50 blend of carbon and GFO. I use a medium-sized amount, you know, maybe like a handful, kind of an open handful, and I change that out probably every 2 to 3 weeks. But I try to time it for like the day before I leave for a trip, knowing that a fresh GFO and fresh carbon is going to soak up any toxins that could happen from some potential event. Although, I gotta say, the way I set up my reef tanks, I don't really have those events. Furthermore, I set up a drop cam right before I leave. So let me go ahead and plug that in. And so I can log into this anytime from around the world, as long as I have a good internet connection. So I will readjust the orientation so I can get a good look at my reef tank while I'm gone, because metrics, you know, from an aquarium monitor are one thing, but being able to see your fish swimming around normally, there's no substitute for that. So yeah, that was trick number 1. Trick number 2, and trick number 3 is I don't use an electronic float switch. I use a mechanical float switch, and it's actually plumbed in to the back of my sump right here. I got a valve on it for maintenance, but it rides underneath the floorboard right there and goes into a 50-gallon vat. So yeah, I'm not going to run out of water. All I have to rely on is gravity to top off my sump. There's a good look at my sump for you guys that are just tuning in. There's the tank. I bet you guys want to see a couple corals. Yeah, I bet you want to see a couple corals. Let me show you a couple. Now this is one of my pride and joys right here, my Japanese. You know, I thought it was a Nephthia for a long time, but I'm starting to think it's a stereo Nephthia. Because I have the green Nephthia right next to it, and that they really are totally different corals. So there's my Japanese pink Nephthia. I got the lights on real white because the phone is so sensitive to blue. So there's actually a yellow, what do you call it? Galaxia, and a kind of orange and green Galaxia. And then I have my NPS cluster here on the side. And then a related coral is my big Duncan, and I have that mounted to a magnet. So yeah, I have a lot of corals on magnet. I love my magnet frag over there, another frag rack over there. That candy coral, that super striped candy coral, there's a cohort of corals that I've had on and off for like 10 years. No, sorry, not 10 years, since 2000. So that candy coral, I got back maybe about a year ago. I've been growing it out. I've had that on and off for 10 years. Sorry, since 2000, so 17 years. I've had this Blastomusa mulleti on and off since 2000. Same with this hammer coral. There's actually 2 strains here. But hey, there we go. Oh, this super long polyp leather coral, I call it the weeping willow, because when I turn off the flow, the polyps actually just turn off. And you know what? Let me just go ahead and do that. I love how quickly and how easily I can just turn the flow off. I can do this through apps also, but yeah, it's just nice to have that tactile feel. And that way we can get a little bit of a look down. There we go. So this reef tank, settings just switched. Let me go back to EcoSmart Live and wake it up again. There we go. There we go. All right, we're back to normal. Back to daylighting. That way it looks a little bit more natural on the phone. What else is super old? That orange, whatchamacallit coral, I think that's an undescribed coral because it doesn't act like a Symphilia or Scalemia. But I remember that buying that on eBay as a single tiny round polyp probably like 8 years ago. And it will destroy a Scalemia next to it. So that's why it's on a magnet there in the back. And then this is a Gorgonian, a Muricia. And this was like the first hitchhiker I ever found when I went to a wholesaler. There's a closer look at my 17-year-old strain of branching hammer coral, which is every freaking where by now. Okay, so I'm gonna almost wrap it up, but I want to give a shout out to a bunch of you YouTubers that are killing it right now, because it takes a village. Here we go. So Bulk Reef Supply, they're killing it. They're putting out tons of videos. They're doing it professionally, showing us a bunch of products. Shout out to BRS TV. Inappropriate Reefer. This guy's putting out some fun videos, maybe a little bit more personal than I am, more talking about his reef tank, so shout out to Inappropriate. CJ's Aquarium. I love his thumbnails, man. Those things are sexy. Definitely give that guy a look. Roscoe's Reef. I think he might be on here right now, but I like some of the stuff that he's doing it, keeping it nice and personal. And it's really important to support our young ones, right? The next generation is going to shape what we do. Where's Tanks and Updates? Tanks and Updates, where are you? I just searched for you. I thought I had you open. Let me try that again. Where's Tanks and Updates? All right, Tanks and Updates, you know who you are, one of the youngins. I'll try to put his link in the description. Reef and Library Aquatics. Here's another young guy. I think his name is Matt. I met him, I think, at Reef-a-Palooza in Orlando or maybe in Texas, Macron in Texas. So give this guy a look. He's a youngin'. Both of those guys are like 10, maybe 11, 12 years old. And then one of our adolescent reefers is George Mavrakis. You see this guy got a nice introduction about 4 or 5 years ago on Reef Builders. And he's got an amazing channel. And of course, you're here on Reef Builders. I just want to point out we got tons of content, tons of videos, tons of really cool topics throughout the year. So definitely go back and check those out. So, yeah. Oh, I want to show you 2 things. This is kind of funny. I want to show you my first 2 videos ever. And these were posted 10 years ago. So the first video I ever put up on YouTube was in October 15th, 2006. And even back then, I was playing with coral polyps. So this is a single polyp of, I don't even know what that was, being eaten by a Cilius. And one of the first time lapses I ever did, fluorescent. And you can see the little bugs were eating that coral. Let's give that another look because it's 5 seconds. Yeah, oh no, come on. Focus on the screen. Ah, you stupid. Okay, so that's the first video I ever posted in October 2006. And this is the second video I ever posted. And what is this? 16 seconds long. This is a coral larvae swimming around a drop of water, maybe a big drop of water. So even like back in the day, my first 2, you do it, make YouTube videos of your tank. Whoever said that, your comment went off before I could see it, but make videos of your tank. Let's blow up the YouTube reef aquarium scene here on YouTube. Let me get back to my screen so I can make sure that it's me doing right. Okay, I think that's about that one. Okay, so it is time for me to leave you. Shout out to everybody who chatted, comment. Thanks for all the constructive criticism. I can take it as well as I can dish it. Look out for some really good stuff here on the channel. And man, starting next week, I think I got another cool video to put out for you this week, if I can get around to doing that. But I got a pack right now. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thanks for all the support. I do this because I love it. And I'm gonna do it no matter what. So thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys on the road. And keep it locked. Lots of videos coming very soon. So I will talk to you guys on the next clip. Bye, guys.